Alright, I'm going to tell you up front, this video is going to be a rant. I completely screwed up last year and did not do anything I intended on completing on my backlog. My backlog was something I really wanted to tackle. I wanted to do videos on these games. I wanted to complete these campaigns. I wanted to play the stories. I wanted to, have that experience, go through the nostalgia in some campaigns and games I've played in the past. I really wanted to tackle that last year, and I barely touched it. So my intent this year is to definitely change that. I seen a video that Jacksepticeye talked about how, his computer was messing up and he lost, some files and, all that time and footage and all that stuff. And I've definitely been there in the past, on other channels and stuff, because I've tried this YouTube thing out many, many times. And honestly, I haven't had as much fun with it as I probably should have. And now I have all the technical know-how. I have the, of course, there's always more things I can learn. I'm going to say that right now. I have the equipment. I have the tech. There's nothing really holding me back besides myself right now. I am spending a lot of time with friends, family, working, all these things that, life just puts right there for everyone. It's hard to put some time back and just set aside to play some games. But honestly, I've been playing a lot of online games when I do have free time. And it's not that I don't want to spend time with my friends. I love my friends. I love the time we spend together. But I really need to get through this backlog. And it's been one of my goals all year long of 2025, and now here it is, 2026, and I cannot say that I beat maybe but 2 games last year, and that is crazy to me. I'm spending a lot of time playing online with friends, and I can tell you that right now. That's where most of my gaming has gone, and I don't think I'm the only one that probably went that direction and has probably noticed that. I haven't had time to play single player games because I'm always, when I am gaming, playing online with friends. And then when I'm not gaming, I'm working, I'm hanging out with friends in real life, I'm hanging out with family, I'm doing all kinds of things, going, grocery shopping, all the other things that take up a person's life. But at the end of the day, when I'm behind the screen and I'm at the keyboard or I'm holding the controller, I'm generally on an online game with friends. And I just want to really bring this topic up and ask people, what do you guys think it is? Do you think that is really where time should be spent? Amongst our peers, or should we be living these stories? Should we be going through these campaigns and enjoying them on our own time and really setting aside time for just us and these stories and separating ourselves from the outside world? Because that's generally what we are doing. When we sit down and play a campaign by ourselves and there's no one else in the room, there's no one else around, it's just you and that story. You're connected, you're one, you're living that story. And that's really what gaming is, that connection that you build with your character or, the gameplay and what's going on. And I would like to know how many of you guys actually don't play online. Tell me if all you do is play single player games. Let me know what games you would recommend for me to play. I know I've wanted to revisit the Arkham series for a while now, because I tell you what, I just have this vivid memory of going to the game store. It was actually like a movie store, but they sold games too. But they had one of those playtester setups for the Xbox 360, and I played Batman Arkham Asylum on it. And I remember that so well. And then when I finally got the game, it was incredible. And then, they expanded the story with City. City was fantastic. Then Arkham Knight came out and you could explore all of Gotham. And there was so much story, so much detail. And I really miss that. I really miss the experience of playing as Batman, being Batman in Gotham, and really connecting with that story, and it's one of my favorite of all times, if not my favorite. I would say other top ones would be the Tomb Raider series. I can't even remember what year it was, but it was, the re-release of Tomb Raider when they revamped it and, restarted the series. And that's the one I started with. And I thought that was great. And I never actually played the other ones. I have them, I bought them, I own them, I just haven't played them, and I really want to. It's something that's on my bucket list. It's something on this backlog that I really need to get through. And I even want to experience the Call of Duty series again. Like, I know I revisited World at War last year, and I really enjoyed that, but I didn't really touch on any of the other campaigns of any other of the Call of Duties, and I think that's something I also miss. Yeah, they're not like super in depth or like the greatest stories ever created, but at the end of the day, I still think that there are some top-notch storytelling in the Call of Duty series that I enjoy, that I want to relive and I want to experience again, and I just haven't set a time to do that. And again, I told you this was going to be a rant, and it's literally just me coming down on myself for not completing my task for last year. But at the end of the day, that is my goal this year. So this is me announcing, and I guess that, yes, I'm going to go and I'm going to attack this backlog. I'm going to try to, make great content out of it. That's another goal of mine, because I've been trying to make a gaming channel for so long, and it's not necessarily like success that I'm searching for. It's more so of like an artistic value, like what content am I actually proud of to have on the internet. And I can say there's definitely some videos that I've posted over the last years that I wouldn't say are the best in the world, but they're nothing that I am like, this is not really my intention or my vision for what I wanted to release. Because I feel like for so long, for all the other channels I've had, ever since I was a kid, I've tried to use YouTube. I've had YouTube channel after YouTube channel after YouTube channel, and deleted. I've deleted channels with 2,500 subscribers. I've deleted channels with 100, 500, all of those. Nothing, big, of course. But at the end of the day, I'm proud that I'm not focusing on that kind of content anymore, because I was chasing other people's visions. I wasn't chasing my own. And that's something that I've changed a lot with my content, is I'm using my own ideas. I'm using, ideas I've learned over time, that I have taken bits and pieces from all this research, all this time that I've experienced, just watching content, seeing other people grow, seeing, people go where they started from to where they are now. Like, I've, grown up with a lot of content creators that originally were really small, and I watched them grow live. I watched them go from 10,000 to 100,000 to 1,000,000 to 10 million. I've watched them go that far. I remember watching PewDiePie way before, he was where he is at now. There's probably a lot of you that can say that also. Some of us might even say those were the golden years of YouTube. But at the end of the day, content is what we make it. And that is my goal, is also to bring you guys great content out of these playthroughs and Let's Plays. And I'm not going to guarantee every moment's going to be perfect and have 100% of the value that I know that I can give. But at the end of the day, I'm going to try my damn hardest to play through these campaigns and really enjoy them, give you guys the showmanship and experience that I'm wanting to, get across, because I love gaming. I love these stories. I want you guys to experience them with me, and I want you guys to, live on this journey and know that you're not the only nerd out there. Gaming is an awesome hobby. And at the end of the day, some people make it careers. That's cool. But you need to enjoy it. You need to love this, because that's what it is at the heart. Like, have you ever really had your heart just, ripped out by a game and its story and what's going on, and, what your character's going through, or freaked out when something goes wrong or something happens and you're like, no, there's no way I lost that, and all these things go through your mind. Oh, was it the controller, or was it internet lag, or what, whatever it be. And especially in a single player game, it's like, it's glitches. It's things like, oh, I didn't save. Crap, my computer crashed. Things like that happen. But at the end of the day, this year, 2026, needs to be a year of love, gaming, and just enjoying the experience. experience is everything. And let's just have a blast this year, play some games, and hell, let's 100% some things. Let me know what you guys plan on playing. If there's any games that you want to play, let me know that in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for tagging along and staying with me in this whole video and listening to me rant. You guys need to stay awesome and game on. Have a blast. And I will see all of you guys in the next video. Peace out.